This wasn't exactly what I had in mind for today's video, but that spring is not supposed to be outside. It's supposed to be inside, so we really don't know what to do to get this resolved, so maybe you can help us. Let's get started. So this pipe goes all across the top of the garage door. You can see the spring there. That's the way the springs are made. Well, the garage door hasn't been working perfectly. You know, we did an episode a long time ago putting up our garage door opener, which is on the end of the garage door on that end. Well, we thought just the spring was loose or something. My neighbor Rex came over today. I'm going to blame him. He pushed the button and the whole cable came apart on the other side. So we were working on that, and I had put some tension back in the cable. We thought we were going back together, and now this whole pipe has come down. I believe this end of the pipe came out of the bearing up there. I'm going to call it a bearing. It's not much of a bearing, but anyway, so it's came out, and since there was tension on the cable here, it's bent this pipe. So the pipe's comes halfway across into the center bearing, and then it's bent downward. So that's the bind here, right? Door can't go up or down as long as we have tension on that cable. We don't have tension here, but the pipe needs to turn, right?
I would like to lift up just a little bit, and because it's going to go in, I think we can get that back up in there, and it's not going to hold it, but we can get it out of the way so we don't ruin the door, and then we can lower the door down with the tractor.
Yeah, and along the same lines, if we can lift it up and if we can get the tension off that side, we could take that cable off, and then we don't have to turn the pipe all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what it comes up with. So that's why we got the pallet here, and we'll try just I'm going to drive in a little bit further, so I'm working in the fork area here. But I didn't want just the forks. I want to put it on one of these crossboards, and we'll pick it up. We don't know how much this thing weighs. It's probably, I mean, I can almost pick it up here, so it should be less than 500 pounds of downward weight, don't you think? So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But right now it's twisted this way, so I've put myself off center. The other side still has tension on it. Okay, let's see what we've got.
I can get that up there now if I bring a ladder out here.
Well, I can push it up.
Well, I think I can get this up in there, and you can maybe bring it back down so we get that tension off. What do you think?
I think having this up is how we get the tension off. What I was thinking is that if we got this door almost all the way up, we would have the tension off, and then, now of course we'll have it up and won't be able to get it gently back down.
Yeah.
If we do that. So you're thinking you could push that up?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got tension on it now. That's what's got me nervous. I mean, if you get it pushed up there, isn't it going to want to spin and go wild?
I don't know.
We can't get to the spring on the other side. We've got the tools. We could let the tension off gently, but we can't reach them from just because of where it is. So we'd love to be able to let the tension off gracefully, but we're, you know, so this is one of those times where you talk it through again, and hopefully don't decide on the wrong action. Rex, I think that thing's got a lot of tension on it. I'm afraid.
Let's see what it does here.
Here, let me get on the inside with a bigger ladder. Oh, I can't reach it anyhow.
This pipe is toast anyway, right, Tim? Can you see that?
Well, it sure looks like it. I mean,
So I think we're gonna have to,
I think I want a stronger pipe anyway.
I think we just cut it here and then get that back up in there and then let the tractor, let it set down.
I'm nervous about cutting the pipe because I think the pipe is going to spin.
But if we cut that pipe right there, there's no tension on it. Shove it back up in there and then let the door down. Your tension's on the other side because this one will just take it completely off.
when Rex says there's no tension, I think that's incorrect, but I think that the tension that is on the spring is offset by the cable that's holding up this end of the door. So there is tension, but it's kind of balanced between there. And I get his point about the other end, but since it's all one pipe, I feel like we had to think about this end. But he's right, I don't see any other way to cut. Now, let me complain about the door a little bit. Doesn't matter what brand it is. They talk about these larger doors having solid rod instead of pipe, but mine came with pipe, a real thin-walled pipe too. Really not very happy with that. I think it should have been solid. I mean, this is puny.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Okay, now what do we want to do? How am I gonna, I guess go on the inside. There's a ladder there. Hey, there's that piece of aluminum pipe down there, Christy. Do you see it on the floor?
Yes.
Hand that up to him. And then let's just slide that on the end of here.
Here you go, Rex.
Okay, I'll lift it up a little more so you can be over the top. How's that? You reckon you could just set it up there?
Yep, it'll sit there now, Tim.
I'm going down now.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Hold down, Tim. Hold down.
Well, you never know what a day is going to bring. I was really probably needing to do a follow-up review on this door opener anyway. And the actual door opener I've not really been upset with, but I'm not sure that this approach to opening a door is going to work well, or at least work well enough for me. So I'm going to try to let the tension off of this thing the proper way. I don't know how much tension is left on it, but I think probably pretty much all the tension on this side.
Can you feel that other side, Tim? Because it's probably got some on it. It may have to do the same thing over there. It looks like it does. Probably not as much as that one, but
This is a lot of tension. I mean, it came out a good bit here, and it makes sense. This is the tension of the whole door instead of just half of the door. It's not any worse than I expected. But I will feel a lot better when it's relieved. I think I will see if I can find a solid rod to go across here instead of this thin-walled pipe. The solid rod that I saw in the documentation had a keyway in it so that you could use a key instead of just these set screws.
So you think you can buy a new rod for it?
I don't know. We'll probably have to get a rod at like a steel supply. I don't know if I can get specific parts for the door or not, but I don't think I want this same pipe again, that's for sure. Do I have a cat up here with me?
Yeah.
he climbs the ladder. He wants to be in the video.
Yep. Well, they learned to climb the ladders pretty quick when that was their only way to see out the window.
Grab that spring right now, Tim, and see if you can you flex it and just let it go by hand now? So you can turn it enough and just let it go.
I don't know. I'm not quite ready, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a
When
little...
you get close, you can do that. I've done that before.
Now we're there.
There you go.
Okay.
Do the same thing on the other side. Stay there. And
Oh, watch the cat. You better jump, Bo.
9 lives.
He don't seem to care. He lets you move it. Not seen many that let you move a ladder.
Yeah, he's all right.
Does that one have as much or not?
Doesn't have any.
Doesn't have any? It might be broke off up inside there.
Ah, am I turning the pipe on the other end?
Nope.
Nope.
That's what's going on. We don't have any tension, right, because of that. Stand back.
I got you. Is that a separate pipe? It is, isn't it?
It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay, we broke it?
I don't care what we did, we shouldn't have been able to break the pipe.
You wouldn't think so.
So it almost looks like it got cut.
Yeah,
There's no bearing or anything here.
really.
You don't reckon we forgot to put a bearing in, because it got cut with this piece.
Okay.
So I think we may need to blame the installers for this problem. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that was us.
I think everything's good except the pipe. I think the springs are okay. I think the cable coils are okay. I don't know about that other.
We need to figure out and get a center bearing next time, but we can do that even if we have to buy one separate. Yeah. My dad always said you can get good help, you can get cheap help, but you can't get good cheap help. And so Rex and me were the cheap help,
Yeah.
but not necessarily the good help. The next morning, we've already got a replacement pipe. Menards had it. I'm really surprised that I bought the garage door at Menards and they have several parts. They didn't have everything. We figured out that this little plastic bushing here, we left it out. Now, as I was thinking about it last night, I'd love to blame Rex, but even though this has been several years ago, I distinctly remember putting this together on the floor while Rex was doing something else.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I left out the bushing, so it's all on me. Left out this bushing, that allowed the brace piece up there to cut right through that pipe over the years. It's all my fault. So I couldn't find any better pipe. We would like to have a little stronger pipe this time, but in the rush, I mean, of course, the door's not working. I was lucky to find what we had before. Looks like we can go back together anyway. Okay. Now there's a story about this bushing here. We actually bought a new door and that door is not fully assembled yet. So we found this bushing for the new door and trying to figure out how did we, what happened, right? How did we miss it? I looked around on my workbench. What has it been, 3 years?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Still sitting on my workbench. Yeah, that's why I don't like to throw things away, Christy.
Well, I'm surprised I hadn't organized it somewhere.
Yeah,
See if that'll slide on there.
let's see, I believe this
Yep.
way.
Yep.
Gonna be pretty heavy when we get it all together, Rex.
Yeah.
Back a little more. How much you need?
No, I need to come this way.
Okay.
We're gonna pick up in the middle, I think. Tim.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to move over to middle.
Okay. Shove it to me if you can, Tim. Okay.
You know, this is worn out and I couldn't get this piece.
Right, but those bolts are going to hold it in position when we lift it up.
If we can get it lifted up. So I'm gonna pull you a little closer.
Okay. This job's awful hard to do by yourself. Almost takes 2 guys to do it.
Well, I appreciate you being willing to help, Rex.
Pretty good, I think.
Okay. It's already better than it was last time.
Yep. This is tight. The opener's tight.
I think I need a few more here based on prior experience.
Okay.
28.
You wanna go with that yet or not?
One more round.
Okay.
Yeah, that spring pulls hard.
It does.
Yeah, I wish I'd had a little more handle. I'm gonna have to.
That's the two long. I've got 3 or 4 of those. Those are the 2 longest ones I've got.
If I'm gonna borrow these things all the time, I'm gonna have to get Rex some better ones. We've used them a lot. Seems like we've had to adjust this thing repeatedly. And I wonder if it's because of our pipe situation or
think so.
if the springs get.
That's my guess. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna stick to it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let go of things here. Okay, and we're still good on the cable. Looks good.
Well, it should be tight now. You should be able to play a tune on it.
Oh, it's crazy tight.
A little heavy, or about right?
Feel it. See what you think. Well, we got a roller out down there.
Well, let's fix that.
Oop.
We finally got these springs and all adjusted. Let's see what Bo thinks now. You notice I'm still doing it by hand. I can't get the garage door opener to work, so I probably need to call support first, but I wonder if when we broke that pipe and the door came crashing down, if we didn't tear something up inside, the door opener's not working right. So I think we're gonna have to leave that here. Overall, this was not what I wanted to be working on over the last day or two, but hey, I'm glad to have it where at least we can get the door up and down and make it work. We'll get back to our real projects with our next episode, hopefully, if something else doesn't break. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. Make every effort to enter through the narrow door, because many, I tell you, will try to enter and will not be able to.
That's your ladder, isn't it, Bullseye? Yes, there's snow flurries today. At least Cat has his coat on.